Okay, guys. I was telling you I'd tell you why that I got stuck here in Boca Raton for a little over 2 years there, whatever it was. But this path right here, it leads down to the beach, and they call this Bark Beach. This is where you can bring the dogs. This is Spanish River Boulevard, and it dead ends right here at A1A. This is A1A. It goes north that way and south that way, and the only thing left is the beach. And anyway, there used to be a pavilion right here, and it was a square, as like over to where the bicycle rack is. You know, it was that square. You know, it's bigger than this concrete pad they have here now, though. The pavilion, they didn't rebuild it. They just knocked it down and got rid of the evidence, I guess. I'm not going to go into a long story as to, you know, why I lost the case. The guy that hit me was a fugitive from the law, and he had no insurance on the car. My lawyers went after the city of Boca Raton because they should put a concrete barrier right there, you know, to stop that from happening, because you know, after it happened to me, I got stranded here, and I got to meet a bunch of the locals, and you know, some of them told me, God, you know, I said, how many times have you seen that happen? And they're like, I couldn't tell you how many times I've seen that happen. I saw it happen twice within a 6-day period. 6 days before I got hit, I was camped out in that little patch of woods over there until they ran me out because they said it was private property. And I'm like, that's fine. And I kind of moved over here, and I'll show you that here in a minute. But the guy, I heard the accident, and I ran out of the intersection, and there was no cars. And I'm like, I'm not crazy. I know I heard an accident. And but then I seen his taillights down here, and he had taken out this whole rail all the way to here, man. This is where his car ended, because you can see this is what the railing used to look like here. And when they rebuilt it, they just made it look like this. And you know, when I did see his taillights, I ran down there and asked the guy, you know, hey, you okay? And he was drunk. And he's, hey, do you have a phone I can use? I was like, no, but don't worry, the police will be here in a minute, and they will give you one phone call. And then 6 days later, I'd be sitting on the guy. He never even hit his brakes, man. I heard his tires hit the curb right there. When I turned around, pow! Right in the face with a 2-ton Cadillac. Anyway, we lost. It's over. I don't know. The lawyers that I hired, they said that, you know, that I might still have a case, whatever, but they, you know, they're scared of Boca Raton or something. I don't know. They quit on me. So we said heck with it, and we started this YouTube channel. But probably about the first 4 months, I lived in here. I crawled back here. I kind of have to duck down a little bit. But I crawled back in here, man, and at first, you know, I mean, I was just laying on the ground. I just found a piece of plastic and threw it on the ground, and, you know, I would get butt raped by rats all night and bugs, and it was horrible. And I was just, I mean, I was a wreck, man. I was in so much pain. You know, the doctors at the hospital, you know, they took me to the hospital because, you know, they had to dig me out from under the pavilion, what was left of it. And, you know, I was unconscious, of course, for a little while. But, God, I probably lost two pints of blood that night. But anyway, the doctors, you know, they were, you know, we're going to write you a prescription for, you know, painkillers. I'm like, save your ink, man, because you're not going to get me hooked on that stuff. And I said, we'll take care of it the old-fashioned way, vodka. And anyway, I finally managed to find some lawyers. And but they up and quit on me, man. So if anybody knows a good, personal injury attorney that's here in Boca Raton, you know, send something to me in the comments. You know, where I'm going to down there in Hollywood. You know, my friend down there, he might not know. I may not give up on this just yet. You know. Because I kind of blame the city for this too. I even asked a cop one time, why don't they put a barrier up there? Oh, we're trying to keep the city pristine. I'm like, how many people got to die for that, you know? Tell them to put a barrier up there, and I'll paint it up with turtles and, you know, seashells and fish and stuff. just finish this out, and just, this is kind of a funny story. This is the second time I've almost been killed on this beach. Almost you're fine, baby. You're fine. Almost in the exact same spot. 50 years ago, maybe a little bit longer than that now. My parents used to bring me to this beach because I knew this park was here. I knew it was here because my parents used to bring me here. And well, we were out here one night. Mom was passed out on the beach out there on the beach towel, drunk. Dad was, I'm sure, chasing bikinis down the street or down the beach. And old Teddy decided to go for a dip. And I swam out of the water, and I got attacked by a man-o-war. I don't know if you know what kind of jellyfish that is, but they're seriously dangerous, man. And they're not like regular jellyfish. They don't live under the water. They float on the top of it. They got they're purple, and they're like a balloon, like a purple balloon. And when they come in from deep ocean, excuse me, when they come up from deep ocean, their tentacles can get 20, 30 feet long. And this one, man, he got all wrapped around me and paralyzed me, and I couldn't swim and started to drown. And the lifeguard saw it going on, and he swam out and rescued me. And I tell you what, I'll never forget that when they were pulling those tentacles off my skin, man. It was like ripping a burlap bag. Like, oh, it was extremely painful. But you think I'd be horrified, of this beach, but I don't know. It's still a beautiful place, and I kind of love it here. Why I'm standing right here is beyond me. Any one of these cars could just blow right through here. So be very careful if you come into this intersection in Boca Raton. Very dangerous. I've seen a little old lady get run over by a car right there. Somebody high on heroin. She went out of control, got up on the sidewalk and ran over this little old lady. And then there was a little boy. There was this family standing on the corner right there. And she hit the little boy too. But luckily, the little boy bounced like a rubber ball. He was a 7-year-old rubber ball, and he bounced off the hood of the car. And he was, he survived it. He lived, But this intersection is very dangerous, so if you get in here to Spanish River Boulevard and A1A, just kind of be careful. Keep your eyes open in the back of your head. All right, guys, well, that's kind of what happened to me, and that's why I was here in Boca for all that time. We may not be done with that lawsuit just yet, but I'm not going to stay anymore. We built a YouTube channel, and we're going to keep moving on. All right, I love you guys, and I'll holler at you later. Tomorrow we're going to go to the church here and visit with some people. And then we're going to go to Hollywood. I did talk to Jerry, and so he knows I'm coming, and he's ready for me. So I'll talk to you tomorrow. All right, bye.